Okay, my name is Tupac Shakur. Well, I hope I don't get in trouble.
You're not gonna get in trouble, boy. Go. Raise stats.
My mother raised me, so I have this much respect for women, and like my mother taught me. I like popularity, and I like being around people. And
Oh, I love you, friend.
I spent 3 years in Baltimore, my high school years, going to the School of Performing Arts. Then, before that, I was in New York. That's where I grew up. I like him because he's masculine.
So this clip right here has been making its rounds on TikTok, and it was sent to me. So I decided to do a little bit of digging to find out what's going on with people all of a sudden calling Tupac gay. There, I found this disturbing trend of people randomly digging up questionable information on celebrities that have been long dead. I can remember as far back when activists about Luther Vandross's sexuality came into question. Needless to say, that kind of messed with my head. I can remember now being a kid riding around my mom, and his songs would be coming through the radio. Those were good memories for me. But when I started thinking about all of his music being directed towards a man, it kind of killed the magic. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's weird. Others may say love is love, and that's okay, but it's still weird. I don't know exactly what sparks these type of incidents, but it's out there to say the least. It's almost like these people fantasize about an alternate reality where they're in some closet and they're fighting to be them true selves like it's some fan fiction story. It seems that for the most part, it's the usual suspects. Women and the G's in the Rainbow Coalition. So, that kind of motivated me to create this video as a counter to that BS. I don't know exactly where you guys lie on the historical spectrum, but I was a youngin' in the early 90s, and I can recall with absolute certainty that the clip that is being used as evidence is erroneous, is wrong. Men, women, children, American society as a whole was much, much different than what it is today. Take, for example, that clip of the young single mothers from the 80s.
Raise your hand if you're married. None of you are married. Raise your hand if you would like to be married to your baby's father. One. The rest of you who don't plan to get married, why don't you plan to get married? I'd like to know that.
You already have your child to think about, and then a whole family to care for. You know, it's a lot of responsibility, and then you don't want the commitments.
I wouldn't want no man holding me down because I think I can make it as a single parent.
But don't you think you might need help in raising that baby from a man?
Not really. I didn't have a father. My father wasn't in the home, so you know it really, male figures are not substantially important in the family.
Those women were anomalies in the community. They were made jokes of. Think about Bebe's Kids, any old hood rat that you would see in any old black television show. They were caricatures. They weren't real. But when those characters were being portrayed on television and entertainment, nobody actually believed that people would choose to live like that. But today, people like that are commonplace in America. It just felt like things were much more pure then. And someone may say they weren't, but I guarantee that those people were born in this current age and don't know anything else. People didn't have a need to be hard and cold as an Arctic glacier. Of course, you weren't gonna be nobody's bitch, but it wasn't like it is today. He also said that he played a gangster, and I could believe that. A lot of your favorite artists are not what they seem, but that is the music industry. I truly believe he was an intellectual revolutionary. Believe it or not, the things that we call simping today weren't simping prior to like the 2010s, give or take. And men felt that they could be soft and loving for the woman they cared for. Nowadays, that behavior will see a man taken advantage of and used by a modern woman.
This is the Cheesecake Factory. This is the Cheesecake Factory, y'all.
What's the problem with that?
This is a chain restaurant. Who takes someone that looks like this to a chain restaurant?
You want to talk about it? I'm fine with talking about it, even in front of them.
Oh yeah.
So it seems obvious that people today will see that clip of him as him being secretly homosexual, when he's not. It's simply not the case. This is where that thing that people call toxic masculinity comes from. It's not insecurity, we just don't want the content of our character misjudged. It's sad to say that the internet, and social media in particular, has been a plague far worse than any biological pathogen on humanity. If rampant consumption of television is bad, then social media is the AIDS of the mind virus. We live in a time where our government is paying social media companies millions upon millions to misinform us every day. They prop up individuals with questionable backgrounds and morals and serve them up to us hot and ready via the news feed. People don't question the validity of what they're seeing anymore. And for them, if the platform recommended it, then it must be true. So, back to the argument. Was Tupac gay? Look, I don't think so. And if he was, and if, we would never know. You can't trust the information that just appears out of thin air. People have dollar signs in their eyes. Take an example for Jada Pinkett Smith. She's just looking for a buck. Will Smith's best friend. All these bodyguards. They're looking for a buck. The only person I believe rumors about is this man. And it always seems like the homo recruiters somehow always seem to overlook one of their own ilk. I had the full interview here that he did while he was in high school. And we'll watch a little bit of it together. And tell me down in the comments section if you think that Tupac Shakur was in the closet or not.
We're more alike than we are unlike. That's really weird.
Well, you say you goof around a lot in school. Do you feel you're learning enough, or do you feel they could be doing a better job of teaching you things?
Well, I hope I don't get in trouble, but school is, I think that we got so caught up in school being a tradition that we stopped using it as a learning tool, which it should be. Like, up to this day, I mean, school should be, I think there should be a different curriculum in each and every, like, neighborhood, you know? Because I'm going to Tamalpais High, and I'm learning about the basics, but they're not basic for me, you know? And it's like, they're not, to get us ready for today's world, that's not helping everything. She's more of a, let me think about this first, then do it. Because I know about how that happens. And I'm more like of, if you get me hyped, I'm a dangerous weapon. If I'm hyper, I mean, even for, not like violent like, but if I'm hyper to run basketball and I have to go to work, I'll be there late. If I'm hyper to do something, I can't concentrate. And my mother can really concentrate. And like in school, as much as I talk about needing education and everything, I goof in school every year. It's just I can't help it. I like popularity and I like being around people and I just like, you know, talking and everything. And my mother's more of a get this done and then do that. So that's what we're not alike, you know, and I trust people more. I was liking this girl in Tam, and I'm extra nice, you know, extra gentleman. I'm extra just like, oh, you're beautiful and you deserve the best. And she told me I was too nice. I couldn't believe it. It wouldn't work because I was too nice. That was the ultimate stab in the back. So I went through a week of just going, forget it, I'm just gonna be like them. Because they seem to get the girls and they call girls the B word, you know, and they smack and beat and they're getting girls and I'm going, peace and I think you're beautiful and they're going to me, well, I like him because he's masculine. I'm masculine. I mean, and with the guys, and like yesterday he was cursing and I was like, don't curse. And he got mad at me because I told him not to curse.
I'm not going to watch the remainder of the video right now, but if you would like to continue on watching it, I'll leave the link in the description of the video. Overall, people have to stop this madness. Even though Tupac is dead and gone, I don't believe that he would appreciate having his name run through the mud like this. A man is a man is a man. There's no way to flip it or flop it. And besides, there's a plethora of gay musical artists. Enjoy them. There's plenty of representation nowadays. Let the dead rest. Let the old school rest peacefully. They don't need to be the subject of your fantasy stories. If you liked the video, please like and share and subscribe if you think this video brought any value to you. And with that, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.